isa na namang magandang balita kasi finally ni-launch na ni Mitsubishi yung kanilang 2024 Mitsubishi Triton, which will be called of course dito sa Pilipinas as the Strada. So if you're planning to buy a Mitsubishi Strada right now, I think you have to hold off for quite a few months no if you want this all new product with an all new redesign from the ground up, mga motorista. And also, itong Mitsubishi Triton na to will be followed by the Nissan Navara kasi they will share the platform, no? And there are some elements of this Triton and things inside na alam mo talaga na galing to sa Nissan. Now, before we go through all of those topics, tignan muna natin yung exterior design. Now, for this generation Triton, they have changed everything, especially sa ating outside portion. Now, it is longer than before, it is wider than before, pati yung wheelbase natin is longer. That aids in stability, mga motorista, in cornering and high speed, mga motorista. Now, if you take a look at the front fascia of this Triton, definitely it is very modern, it is very macho looking siya in the front. Na yung current generation na Mitsubishi Triton or Mitsubishi Strada natin dito sa Pilipinas is also quite a looker but is showing its age, mga motorista, especially sa ating mga headlights. This new Triton has a split LED setup just like the Mitsubishi lineup that we are now seeing. So we have here 3 LEDs dito sa taas na part. Mayroon tayong dalawang LEDs on the sides, one inner LED. I think that those are for the high beams. Now we also see here na wala tayong masyadong chrome because this is their parang sporty top of the line athlete variant. And yung tawag ni Mitsubishi dito sa kanilang design is beast mode. So definitely it is more of that aggressive look, no, and macho look than the previous generation models. Now we have this parang black part here and goes through our LED na fog light, which is new also. So meron din tayong 4 na sensors right here. Yan, and then you have your Mitsubishi na mga naming here. Okay, so it's lettering, which is nice. Uso din yan ngayon. Finally, you have your radar sensors dito sa ating grille. Yung grille natin is honeycomb pa din yung design. Dito naman sa taas ng windshield, you have your camera here because of course, for 2024, they have improved the safety and advanced driver aids for this Triton or Mitsubishi Triton. Now, if you take a look at the side, no, model na to, mga motorista, is parang their GLS model, not the top spec model. And definitely, it still has that parang Mitsubishi Strada na look, no, dito sa kanyang wheel arches. And as you can see, we have, I think these are 18-inch alloy rims. Not so sure about this, no, kasi di natin kita dito, pero these are Bridgestone Dweller tires. And also, we have disc brakes dito sa harapan. And you have your suspension setup, which is still a double wishbone. But again, these are new components for this new platform. Right. Now, if you take a look at the side profile, meron tayong character line from the top dito sa ating hood na side. And then going down. And also, we have another character line dito sa taas na ating second na door. Ayan. Goes to the back of the beaker or the tray. Yan, and then meron din tayong side step board. And one thing na I'm very disappointed about is drum brakes pa din siya. And also for the top spec model, no, drum brakes pa din. So no disc brakes for all the models for the 2024 Mitsubishi Strada. Mention din sa likuran natin is still a leaf spring. So don't expect drastic changes when it comes to ride quality. So it might be a little bit softer than before, pero hindi siguro ganun ka-drastic kasi halos parehas lang din. Now, moving on to the back of this Triton, mga motorista. Let's take a look at the back, no? So, ayan, nakailaw lahat ng mga taillights natin. So, definitely, kita natin na meron tayong defoggers right here. So, nilipat na nila yung ating high mount stoplight sa tailgate, just like the current Toyota Hilux and also Ford Ranger. And you have T-shaped LED taillights dito. Okay, so this is new for the Triton. LED brake lights as well on both sides. Bulb type yung ating turn signal light and reverse light. Unfortunately, nothing changed there. And one thing, sa mga journalists na nag-review na nito, they said na yung ating reverse camera is not a good placement kasi offset siya. I do agree, but unless you're using the tow ball and you're hauling cargo sa likuran or meron kang trailer, it's not really a big deal dito sa Pilipinas. But in other nations or in other countries, mas gusto nila na nasa center, just like the Ford Ranger wild truck na nasa center yung ating reverse camera. Now you obviously have your Triton badge here, will be replaced siguro with a Strada badge pagdating dito. And you have here clean diesel na nakalagay, which is the same as what we have here in the mga badge. So yeah, that's it, no? And also definitely you can see here at the bottom na meron tayong 4 din na reverse sensors. And for this new model, I think they also have autonomous emergency braking, no, for the rear part kung nagre-reverse ka. And definitely yung shock absorber nito, unlike the current generation Ford Rangers na nasa labas, ito it's still inboard sa ating axle yung kanyang shock absorber. So ngayon naman mga motorista, let's take a look at the engine. So this is the 4N16, no, not the 4N15. And now this engine makes better power than before. So you have 204 PS of max output and 470 Newton meters of torque. So paired to a 6-speed automatic. So I think this automatic transmission will not be the same as before. It will be a new transmission, but again, it's still a 6-speed. So that bump in power is because twin turbo na siya ngayon. So meron tayong small turbo and a big turbo, no? Small turbo para wala siyang masyadong lag, no, sa starting. And then meron din siyang big turbo para sa highway. So para mas meron siyang arangkada. Yung power na to is at par actually with the Toyota Hilux, yung kanyang power. But down on torque siya, no, compared to Hilux and Ranger. Yung dalawang yun, 500 Newton meters. Yung kanyang torque figures, ito naman is 470 Newton meters lang. So this new model also gets, of course, Mitsubishi Super Select 4-wheel drive 2. You can use the pickup truck in 4-wheel drive mode on the highway. It is parang full-time 4-wheel drive siya na thing. And now, let's move on to the interior and let's see kung gaano ba kaganda yung bagong interior nitong Mitsubishi natin na Strada. Okay, so first things first that you see here dito sa interior is its design, no? It's very rugged design. So yung center screen natin is definitely coming from the Nissan Navara. Ito yung gamit nila from Nissan na software. Pati din yung 7-inch display natin dito, galing to sa ating Nissan Navara that's currently being sold here, but with different UI na specs, no? So hindi mo naman siya exactly the same, but very familiar siya. Pati yung shape niya, it's on the center and it's curved, no, from these two analog gauges. And we have dual zone climate control dito sa bottom part. Ayan. And you have your aircon vents right here. Andito sa center naman yung ating hazard button. And right at the bottom, you have your engine push to start. I'm not sure why dito siya sa pinakailalim. And then we have some buttons right here. So I think for the 4-wheel drive system, I think this is for the locking rear differential because it does have. And Type-C ports is also here as well. Now you have your new shifter. The shifter is an e-shifter as well. So hindi na siya physically connected talaga from the transmission. Yeah, and then also you can see na meron tayong mga grab handles dito and also on the other side. And you have your auto dimming rear view mirror. Kita nyo din na meron tayong sunglass holder and I think incandescent pa din yung ating mga bulbs. I'm not so sure about that, pero maybe it is still incandescent. So ayan mga motorista, no, kitang-kita natin na definitely it is more of that Nissan na screen dito sa center niya. You have your time dito, you have your outside air temperature, kita na din na mayroong digital speedometer, and you have your compass dito. Okay, so sa ilalim naman you have your odometer, you have your gear position indicator, and distance to empty. So analog gauge pa rin tayo, and also you have a analog speedometer pa din. Okay, and yung ating steering wheel is definitely Mitsubishi steering wheel na nasa ating current Mitsubishi na product. Mga motorista, since it is 2023, of course meron tong ADAS system si Mitsubishi Strada. So of course, according to the launch Meron tong adaptive cruise control, meron siyang lane keeping assist, and meron din siyang blind spot monitoring, autonomous emergency braking, and now it is front to back yung kanyang autonomous emergency braking. So standard din ABS, EBD traction control. Hopefully we get 7 airbags. Not so sure kung 7 or 6 na andun lang sa mga range na yon for the top spec model. And yeah, so everything that you could want in a pickup truck nowadays will be here sa ating Mitsubishi Strada for the next generation. So yan mga motorista, what do you think? Let me know down sa ating comments. Maraming salamat and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.